Station 109.1. This is the episode with Gilbert Godfrey and, yes, ladies, Ryan Gosling. Holy shit. This is the one I've been looking forward to because I knew the Goss master was in this. So this was Stig's final chance to get into the Midnight Society. If he blew it on this one and Kiki didn't finally vote him in because she's so averse to him being a part of it because she thinks he stinks and he's awful and whatever. So we come into this episode and we meet this kid and he's obsessed with death. It reminds me of the kid in Tim Burton's original short, Vincent. If you haven't seen that movie, Google it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's on the Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare Before Christmas. I always do that with that damn movie. Nightmare Before Christmas, special edition DVD that I have. I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray or whatnot. Probably is if it's on the DVD. If you haven't seen that, it's awesome. It's only like 8-10 minutes long, something like that. The Frankenweenie, the original Frankenweenie, is also on there as well. But this kid, he's obsessed with death, this and that. And you've seen that in other movies. You've seen it in freaking Harold and Maude, and you know. But that kid's more obsessed with faking his own death for comedic purposes, I think, is why he's doing that. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Every time I think of that movie, I think of There's Something About Mary, because that's Mary's favorite movie. Anyways, let's stay on track here. So little Gosling here is not having it. This kid is getting on his nerves, so he thinks he's going to play this awesome prank on him. He goes and he hooks up a car battery, which then gets on the radio. I combined that all into one word somehow. But it puts on the radio, it puts on the windshield wipers, it puts on everything, and for some reason the horn is honking? I don't know. Does the thing have an alarm? And the alarm's going off? That's the only thing I can think. I just didn't think a hearse in the early 90s would have an alarm, but I guess it probably does. But yeah, so he's in there, he hears the station for the dead. Very, very Beetlejuice. This episode is very Beetlejuice. He goes down to this waiting area. Juno, your caseworker. Come on, people. This is straight up Beetlejuice. He goes up there. Gilbert Godfrey's throwing out one-liners. You see this thing? He closes the door. Do not. You know, and he closes with everything he's saying. You see all these people, and they're standing one behind the other. What do you think that's called? A line! I love it. Gilbert Godfrey's freaking hilarious in this. Big fan of him. Always have been. I got to see him, actually. I got to see him. A girlfriend of mine took me to see him on my birthday. I don't know, like 7 years ago. He was nasty, man. And he told the funniest joke I've ever heard in my life, but not at the show I went to, at the Hugh Hefner roast, I want to say it was. If you haven't heard that joke, it's fucking hysterical. It is one of the most, wrong jokes you'll ever hear. Anyway, I always say I'm not going to cuss in these videos, but I guess we're beyond that at this point. This kid gets to go down there, and he gets to see that there is definitely a heaven and a hell. We doesn't find out that there's a heaven until the end of the episode. They keep that from it. But these, Dementor, freaking ring wraith type things come out and grab these guys and pull them in there. And he's like, he led a nasty life, kid. And he pulls them in, and this gate takes him in. And so he runs away, and his time is up, and when he comes out of there, he's invisible, and his freaking brother or whatever can't see him, and so he gets pulled back in there, and then he does this time loop thing where he's running out the door, and he's back in the place, which reminds me of one of my favorite movies ever, The Heavenly Kid. You haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor. Another amazing 80s teen comedy, high school type comedy. Oh my God, if you haven't seen it, fan-freaking-tastic. I love that damn movie. But anyways, yeah, the kid runs in and out of the place, can't get out of there, goes into the little recording booth and gets on the airwaves because he knows that his brother, it's his brother, right? They live together, right? Listens to Clark and Ryan every day at 4 o'clock, and it just so happens to be 4, and it just so happens that the kid's able to turn the dial on this thing and emit at a different frequency to get on whatever station this is that he listens to him on. And he gets in there and he tells him, of course he thinks it's a joke, but then he runs into the dead body of the guy, well, the dead ghost, I guess, of the guy who actually is supposed to be in there. Daniel something, Johnson. No, that's a musician. I don't know what the hell his name was. Doesn't matter. But he takes him down there. He finds out. And Gilbert Gottfried doesn't care. So he's just like, nah, I don't believe you. And he throws him in anyways. And then the thing rumbles and throws him out. So his brother really didn't need to come and save him. For some reason, I keep thinking it's his friend. But I swear they live together. So I guess it's his brother. I don't know. But yeah, he takes him out. The thing rumbles and it throws him out. And there's like, you know, they need to have a talk with you. And Gilbert Gottfried's like, uh-oh, I'm screwed. I also loved when Gilbert Gottfried was on the radio station thing, and he made up this line, this little like almost like tagline for the place. I thought it was funny, and he's like, I made that up. What'd you think? Funny stuff. He's funny in this episode. But yeah, as I said, because they throw him out anyways, Ryan Gosling didn't even need to bring him anybody. Like, nothing was going to happen to him. That when we find out at the end, we find out nothing is going to happen to you. One cool thing about this episode, though, for me, like, if I was in that scenario, it would be awesome to know that there was an afterlife. It would be awesome to know that when you die, for sure, both these kids get to witness that there is absolutely an afterlife. And if you're a really good person, you're going to heaven. And if you're a really bad person, you're going to hell. Which, yeah, I mean, it's cool. I dig it. I'm a big fan of this one. Carpenter. There you go. It also shows me in this that Daniel Carpenter? Yeah. I think it's Daniel. It looks like he's driving the car. Is that, no? I don't understand, because the kid goes and he's a ghost and he can't touch anything. But then Carpenter gets in the car and drives it over there. It sure as hell is what it looked like. I didn't even look at my notes once. It does say that Gilbert Gottfried used to work at a DMV. I thought that was pretty damn funny. And I think that's it. It's good. Whatever. All right, people. I will get to some more episodes tomorrow when my kids wake up. Adios.